Hi, my name is Les Zellan. I'm chairman of Cooke Optics. Cooke is a 130-year-old company that's been making optics for the motion picture and TV industries, well, since the beginning. We were fortunate enough to be recognized by the Academy a few years ago with an Academy Award for our innovation and the way we shaped the look of motion pictures over the last century. And we continue to do that. I believe Cooke probably has more series of lenses for the industry than any other company. This all started, the modern lens era started with the Cooke S4s, continued with the Mini S4s, continued with the 5i series. And then more recently, we've introduced the Panchro Classics, which were an answer to people wanting vintage lenses for their digital cameras. And so we based those designs on the Speed Panchros that people lust after today, but are in disrepair and can be hard to find. So we recreated them in a new form called the Panchro Classics. We also, when digital came in, we started doing anamorphic lenses. And at first it was for Super 35, and we have two series, both in what we call our normal anamorphic lenses, as well as what we call anamorphic SF, which is special flare. And now that we're in the full frame world, we've continued that. 2 years ago, we introduced the S7s, and then last year we introduced what we call the anamorphic full frame, which are lenses, obviously, for all the new full frame cameras. In January at the VSC show, we introduced the 85mm macro for the anamorphic full frame series. For those that are familiar with our Super 35 anamorphic series, we make a 65 macro, which has been very popular. In full frame, the 85 is roughly the same angle of view. So that's been extremely popular and been very well received. We also, we're going to be showing a 180mm for the anamorphic full frame series. Again, very exciting. And as you know, in anamorphic, 180 isn't that long. And if you look at our series of anamorphs in Super 35, you may well imagine we have a few more lenses to come out to complete this series. The main difference between the Super 35 series and the new anamorphic full frame series is that it's a 1.8 squeeze instead of 2. It's a 1.8 squeeze because we're in a whole new format. We're 3x2 instead of 4x3. And the math just works differently. And if you're going to release at a 2.4 release size, the 1.8 is a sort of a perfect compromise. It looks virtually indistinguishable from a 2x anamorphic in Super 35. And you're only losing about 5–10% of the pixels. If you want to use the whole chip, the full frame plus, the whole chip, your release format is a 2.7, which is just under ultra panavision, which is really a lovely format. So I think that's going to actually be very popular in full frame anamorphic, and we're very excited. In our S7 range, we are continuing to fill that out, and we were announcing a 300mm S7i to fill that series out at the end, or at the long end. We were also announcing a whole new branch of the S7 family, and that would be a 60, 90, and a 150 macro, 1:1 macro that covers full frame. These differ from the other macros that we make both in the Panchro Classic series, the anamorphic series, both Super 35 as well as full frame anamorphic, in that those are about 4:1 macros. This is a true 1:1 macro, these three lenses. And obviously, because they're macros, you can obviously use them in any of the formats, to cover any of the formats. And they'll give you, obviously, Cooke performance. They all have the Cooke look. scaled appropriately to the format they're covering. So we're really excited. As I said, Cooke, as long as I've been running Cooke, our goal is to give cinematographers all the tools they need to make a movie. And so as they move from Super 35 to full frame, we are giving them the tools to do that. And hopefully in the next couple of years, we'll give them even more tools that they need. The metadata system and /I, all of our lenses include that, and that's growing in importance as we do, especially now, where we're looking at much more shooting that may be done in immersive screens, where metadata for resolving some of the issues that are unique to those can be very difficult. And our I2, I3, and I1, the whole metadata system together can be very useful there, especially now with the I3, which is distortion data for spherical and anamorphic lenses. Very exciting. Another newcomer to the Cooke universe is ShotOnCooke. This is a ShotOnCooke.com. It's a film library that we put together. Obviously, she's seen ShotOnCooke. It's not a trailer park, but it's from people that have put stuff together and have scenes or music videos, TV shows, anything that we can show some exceptional work that has been shot on Cooke. And it's sortable by lens type, by genre. You can go up there and look for TV, car commercials shot on 5 eyes. And boom, 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 you'll find it. So it's a good library if you're trying to see what a Cooke lens will look like under certain conditions. And we've also, as hopefully you're aware, several years ago, we started Cooke Optics TV, that's CookeOptics.tv. And it is a station not dedicated to Cooke lenses, but dedicated to talking to people that use anybody's lens that have an interesting story to tell. How to make how to do car chases, how directors and DPs interact, how colorists work with the DPs, anything that's interesting on the set that people may find interesting in their professional life. We have many schools now that use CookeOptics.tv for teaching, and it's a wonderful resource. And if you're not familiar with it, I really urge you to check it out. If you want to just check out Cooke in general, it's CookeOptics.com. That's COOKEOPTICS. Hope you come and visit. Thanks.